Today's secret word is...
Data center.
Now, you all remember what to do whenever anyone says a secret word, right?
And so Kurt Tran's getting these contracts just like I was getting them. He's looking at them and he's going, God, if I only had a data center. If I only had a massive data center. I could get this $20 million contract. And so that's somehow he becomes involved with Bob Goodlatte. Goodlatte introduces him to the Warren County Economic Development people, and they form this plot together. Okay, well, if Kurt Tran builds this data center, then all of a sudden he'll be able to bid on these contracts, and here comes the money. But that's not how government contracts work. You have to have the infrastructure in place. So they needed to acquire the money to build a data center, which Kurt Tran didn't have. And this is when they approach the town. They say there's this massive contract, but it's top secret. That was the whole part of the scam, claiming this was a top secret data center. And the contract was top secret when government contracts are all accessible. There is no top secret government contract that I'm aware of. People think the government hides everything. They don't. Usually you can just go digging and find most of the stuff you need based in contractor documentation. And so it was basically a big scheme. Like, okay, let's build this big data center for Kurt Tran, and then he can get this contract. Except for my experience dealing with government contracts and also investigating EPA contractors, is that the government tends to award the contracts to the same people over and over again, and they very rarely invite a new player into the game. And so this is Kurt Tran saying, oh, well, they're not going to give Raytheon this contract. They're going to give it to Kurt Tran, and we're going to be able to use this data center. So it was very unlikely that he was going to get this large contract just based on the corruption in the contractor system. But no matter what, but if you build it, the contracts will come logic. And so that was the scam. The scam was, let's get this data center built, and then we can get these contracts. But they had to tell everybody there was a contract in order to get the data center built. So we're dealing with a catch-22 situation. It was not a bad idea if it would have worked. If they would have successfully built the data center. It is very, however unlikely, potentially possible that they could have secured this big contract and brought it in after the data center was built. But without that data center sitting there and built, he could not have acquired that contract. And it never needed to work out that way. She could have found a creative way to fund the building of that data center without scamming the community about a false contract.